Hello, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a 3,000 point game I had with some Bretonnians versus some Deamons. Alright, so usually my first picture is about the HQs, but in this one I really want to show off this unit here. This is my new unit of questing knights. It's converted between the great swords and some knights, and really in general, this list represents the list I've wanted to do for a long time, but finally with the trades and the conversions I did, I can finally do this all-night army, 3,000 points that I'm really excited to try out, and it should look really good on the table. It's not painted. I'm really busy painting lizardmen and orcs, so yeah. So unfortunately the game we got was a watchtower, and so playing an army that has nothing that can go into a tower was bad. But luckily the one chance I had was that my opponent started with control of the tower and did not have a unit that could go inside. You know, all she had for troops was big units of 30, and so this means that with my guaranteed first turn I can move up and try and hit her hard before she can get in there. Going across to see what we have the watchtower in the center, we have a mysterious woods on my side over here and on hers, and in between there's a building. For my units from left to right, I have 9 knights of the realm. I have 4 Pegasus knights, questing knights, a big unit of 15 knights errant. In there is my prophetess with the lore of life. I have a unit of more knights of the realm there, more 15 knights errant, and there's my BSB. And for her on the top, you can see she has 14 seekers with the herald, 6 flamers, a horde of demonettes with the herald, a horde of bloodletters with the herald. You can't really see it, but there's 2 blood crushers behind that watchtower with the herald, and on the hill there's 29 horrors with the herald, and that's the general. And then on this side of the board you can see there's another mysterious forest. There's that sinister statue. The last unit of hers is she has those 6 screamers up there, and then I have some grail knights, some questing knights, and then a big unit of knights of the realm. So into this battle, I mean, really what I'm trying to do is I'm going to have to try and be as aggressive as possible because I can't let her get into that watchtower or else I'm screwed. So I'm going to be using the watchtower to my advantage, where I'm going to be hitting it with the Grail Knights on this side, the big unit of Knights Errant on the other, and because of this separation I'll be forced by the tower, all the models in the center won't be able to attack. So that'll be there. I have 3 lances on the other side to hold up the Demonette horde, and then really everything else is just trying to stall the flanks and then just trying to keep myself being the closest unit so I can kind of win by that way. So by default I have first turn. I'm moving up my Pegasus Knights to bait those Seekers so I can counter it, and then otherwise all those lances there are lining up to counter or charge when she moves up, and I'm 17 inches away, so I'm fairly safe. And then on this side, I'm kind of in a little bit of trouble because my Grail Knights need to be there to hit the Bloodletters, but those Blood Crushers are there and it could easily counter. So I'm kind of working some psychological tactics here. And I was saying, like, oh yeah, if you hit me, look, I have everything ready set up for you to counter you. So, yeah, we'll see if that works. So Demons turn 1, the Seekers charge my Pegasus Knights, they flee, and I failed 2 tests, so one's dead from the forest. And then those bloody Demonettes, she rolls an 11, and so she's hitting all 3 of these lances, and yeah, that really sucks. And then on this side, both the Crushers and the Screamers tried charging these the big unit of Knights of the Realm at the edge here, but both of them failed distance, so that's wonderful. Despite all the penalties, she's able to shoot down 2 of these Knights Errant, and they're also made stupid. You know, I actually let it go through because whatever, right? Leadership 8 reroll, no big deal. And I should also say from my side, the most dice I ever got was 5 power dice. It was pretty bad, and what happened in the last one, my turn, is one spell was shut down, then I failed to cast the other, so magic for me overall was a little bit disappointing. So in combat, I get my butt kicked everywhere. I can't make an armor save to save my life. The only thing that helps with rolling so many 1s is that one unit rolled insane courage to hold her up while my other units broke and ran away. So yeah, not really good, but hey, as long as everything else works out, I can maybe come back. And this is just a quick picture to see what it looks like over here. Just the horrors moving down a little bit. So on my turn, these guys rally. I miscast, but killed almost the entire unit. But at least I gave +2 toughness to the Grail Knights. You can also see here my Pegasus Knights did not rally. They ran off the board. My Knights on the left, they hit the Seekers, killed a whole bunch of them, so that's great. But in the Demonette combat, I lost, and now she's ran them down, hitting into the Questing Knights. And I failed my stupidity test. The Leadership 8 re-rolled, failed, so the Grail Knights were charging in by themselves. Luckily, with the +2 toughness, that really helped, and I did a lot of damage there, so that was great. And my other Questing Knights are just kind of cutting back to try and help over here with this disaster. And then on this side, I was able to hit the Blood Crushers with this unit and wipe them out, after instability, and then reform to face these horrors. So on the extremities, I'm doing really well, but around the watchtower that actually matters, it's not going so well. Demons turn 2. The Screamers fly over me and kill a whole bunch. The Flamers actually tried charging my one unit there, but they were out of range. One of the things that's going on here now is on the left side, I failed 3 2+ saves from the Steed, so I lost a bunch of guys there, but at least that's still tied up. My Questing Knights held, so that's really good, just because she rolled really poorly. And then the Screamers hit the flank of my Grail Knights, but they're still holding as well, just because they still have that +2 toughness. And actually, right now, one of my Grail Knights is in challenge with his Herald, and I actually did a wound to the Herald, so that's good. Here's a kind of a quick picture showing what it's looking like here. Alright, Bret's turn 3. I'm being beaten up over here. I'm just down to my last guy. Questing Knights hit the flank of the Demonettes. And the Questing Knights on the left, I now have Throw and Vines off, and I was able to give them +4 toughness, so that's really going to help out here. And then I was able to charge in with my big lance here, did a ton of wounds, and so that's great. Actually, my Questing Grail Knight in the combat actually killed the Herald now, so this combat's looking great. But actually, sorry, the Screamers are not in combat yet. They're about to charge in. And I really need to deal with these guys quick so that I can try and deal with the Demonettes to finish them off, or to get those horrors. Alright, back to the Demon's turn. So now we have the Flamers hitting me on the flank, and we have the Screamers hitting the other flank. The Seekers finally finished me off, but they're not going to be doing anything else the rest of the battle for whatever reason. And after all is said and done, you can see the Demonettes are starting to fall down, but not fast enough. And at the top, I won the combat, but everything's really still holding out. So my next turn, I charge in with my Prophetess's unit just to make sure I get more attacks. I tie up the Herald, and yeah, I'm really putting the hurt on these Demonettes, but I just need to do a little bit faster so I can help out the main combat. And I win this main combat as well, but unfortunately, because of this tower, whereas before it helped me, now it's made 2 separate combats. So now those Bloodletters are going to pretty easily beat the 2 Grail Knights, and then they're going to have a free path to this Watchtower. If the game would have ended here, I would have won, but it kept going. So on my turn, I tie up that Herald again, keep on hacking away, but it's still taking too long. And over here, the Grail Knights are now dead, and I wasn't able to kill the Flamers, so now she has a free way to go all the way in. And at the bottom here now, I've killed the Herald with all my attacks from the Questing Knights, but we're just down to one Demonette. My Questing Knights, the left ones, were all killed, but I'm really close to killing all these guys, and I need to happen soon. And so, like I said, for my turn, I was able to finish off the Flamer now on my turn, but that means that I wasn't able to charge, so now I just have to watch them walk in. So on her turn 5, she walks in, I kill the Demonettes at the bottom, and those Knights there were all decimated and killed, and even there's a wound on my BSB. My turn 6, I make the Questing Knights +4 toughness. They charge in, win combat, but there's still 4 Bloodletters left, and my Prophetess is just tying up the Screamers up there. And so here's just a picture after combat. So my Prophetess is fighting them alone, and if there's another turn, I can now attack again, and my Paladin will run around to block those horrors. But as you see from this last picture, On her turn, she just blasted my questing knights, and that was it. That was the game. So she won. So a little bit unfortunate. I wanted something a little bit better from my knights, but it was a bad situation. Really bad luck. Turned out to be a close game, but what can you do sometimes? You know, it's just not your game. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.